So UFO VPN has exposed millions of their customers' personal data, activity, IP address, whilst claiming to be a zero-log company. So we're going to talk about that in this video and give you some guidance on what you can do right now if you are a UFO VPN customer. And we're going to discuss free VPNs and why this is a perfect example of why I think you shouldn't be using them. Welcome back to Streaming Privacy, the channel that is set up to help you protect your privacy. And there's big news again this week. I've shared the article in the top of the video description of the post I've just shared about UFO VPN. They have exposed millions of their users' data logs, and we're not just talking username, password, email, which of course is very personal and shouldn't be dumped anywhere, but also the fact that UFO VPN claim to be a zero-log VPN, yet on this exposure was details of all their users' VPN activity and IP addresses they use to connect to the service. And this is a great example of why you shouldn't be using a free VPN. I've always argued against it unless they are a trusted source. Now the thing with UFO VPN is they offer both a free and a premium service, but they are based in Hong Kong. Now if you missed my last video I released a few days back telling you guys about the recent national security law in China, which allows authorities to seize servers from VPN companies or any server based in Hong Kong. So in my opinion, I wouldn't be using them anyway for two reasons. One, I don't know them enough to recommend their free VPN, and even though they offer zero logs in their policy, that is now exposed to be false and untrue. And two, they are based in Hong Kong, and that means that any legal entity can gain access to that server information without the need of a warrant. So personally, I would be staying very clear from services based in Hong Kong. Now big credits to Comparitech's website and its leader Bob Diachenko, who is the one that reported on this exposure, and he's been in contact with UFO VPN. And Comparitech have said it's not clear how many users are affected, but our findings suggest that potentially all users who connected to the UFO VPN at the time of the exposure could be compromised. UFO VPN claims to have 20 million users on its website, and the database exposed more than 20 million logs per day. Oh, so you've got a VPN service that offers a paid VPN service exposing 20 million logs per day, also whilst claiming to be a no-log company. Then after 2 weeks of exposing the data, Bob or Comparitech sent their disclosure over to UFO VPN, and UFO VPN responded with the following. Due to personal changes caused by the recent virus outbreak, we've not found bugs in server firewall rules immediately, which will lead to the potential risk of being hacked, and now it has been fixed. So they didn't find any bugs, but they fixed them. We don't collect any information for registering, the spokesperson said. In this server, all the collected information is anonymous and only be used for analyzing the user's network performance and problems to improve service quality. So far, no information has been leaked. Well, you're supposed to be a zero-log company, so why are you collecting anonymous data to analyze that user's network and improve network performance? These are clearly not a zero-log company. Now, I've never used UFO VPN, and if you are a user of UFO VPN, I would recommend two things immediately. The first thing, change your password, because obviously the exposure is probably well available on the dark or deep web by now, so it's likely your account may even be in the process of being sold cheap or whatever. I don't know, there's so much that can happen. But the main concern is your account is compromised, so change your password. Number 2, in my advice, ditch UFO VPN. They're saying there's no bugs, but they fix them. They say they don't log, but they do. And they're based in Hong Kong. So for me, absolutely would I go nowhere near this VPN ever again. But again, that's my choice and that is my recommendation. But if you haven't checked our website out, I'll leave a link down below to the deals and offers page, which will have every current available offer with all the VPNs we work with that we trust, that are well known and are open and transparent with their operation, if of course you want to get away from using UFO VPN. Now moving on to free VPNs, this is the problem with these types of services. If you're using a free VPN, there's loads of different downsides to them. Number 1, you're going to lose your bandwidth. If you're getting 300 meg on your internet, you're probably going to be lucky to get 20 meg using a free VPN. Number 2, most of them sell or share your data. Always read the terms and conditions. Most of the free VPN apps that are available on the Google Play Store are also available to download a nulled version of the source code online. So what you'll find is most of these free VPN apps are hosted on WordPress websites, and all these different servers or hosts that's hosting these websites are definitely logging your data. Most of the reason why people set up a free VPN is just to put ads on there and make money. But also, another way to make money from it is by selling or sharing your data. They may even be using your IP address as part of the peer-to-peer network. So always read the terms and conditions. But for the sake of a few pounds a month, I would just completely ditch a free VPN. It just is not worth it. And right now, the 2 cheapest options I would say are Digibit VPN, which are about £2 a month. They're trusted and they are recommended. And also there's a TourGuard deal, which is $4.99 a month, I believe. But again, they will be available on the deals and offers page if you want to check them out. I can understand why people would want to use a free VPN if they don't want to spend some money. But if you're using it for streaming and you want to be completely anonymous, you want a fast VPN service, a reliable VPN service, and a service that isn't going to sell or share your data or risk any of your information, then start having a look around. Yes, of course, everyone is open to get hacked, but it's how they use your data and how they operate that is more important. It's something you need to consider when you are looking for a VPN. Anyway, full link to the article will be down below in the video description. If you are new around here and you want to stay up to date with the latest VPN news, deals, offers, and tutorials, then consider subscribing. But that is all for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.